island, there's a choice for a woman to be the top dog of all those people that are out there trying to survive, and she probably can do it better than a man.
You're still on this?
Yes.
Bro, like,
take me to an island. I'm gonna survive.
You will not, because, ladies, the reason why, simply put, the reason why you won't survive without men is because there's going to be other men that are going to fuck you up and take your resources. Do you not understand that?
Oh, so the man's gonna fuck me up?
Yeah, like the Hunger Games.
No, I'm gonna fuck him up. What the fuck?
Like the Hunger Games.
Who did?
Okay, that's one.
Don't you love when I come around?
I have a question that's gonna flood my inbox, and I'm kind of gonna regret it, but it's a conversation that needs to be started. My son is 11 years old, and when he turns 14, I'm thinking about getting him a vasectomy. Now, to other boy moms, is this something that you guys are thinking about? If not, why? Any pointers, questions, concerns that y'all may have that maybe I might not have thought about? Let me know.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. And greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. Those of you men and women out there who have changed your life towards righteousness, that you may earn your salvation in these last days. Okay? To those of you that are in order. Alright? Shalom unto you. Alright? So, something I heard earlier, at work, I'm not going to necessarily disclose that, sparked what I saw earlier in a video, and it was the one where the Jake was doing his music thing or whatever, and the woman just smacked the shit out of him. All right? And then there was another something that sparked that and led to the Fresh and Fit video. Okay? A woman really talking Billy Badass big shit, Okay, like they can do the job of a man, and I'll try to leave the link of that Fresh and Fit in the description box. Now you can say, "Oh, they were drunk," but no, these women are literally drunk on power. All right, so for you women that are in order and doing the right thing and humble to your man and all of that, and in order and all of that, this is not for you. But you should know first and foremost that. That the rest of these women, these 2/3 women out there and other women of the world out there are on this BS. And we're about to watch a lot of people, particularly women, but a lot of people fall off. And there's going to be a lot of women that fall off that get destroyed in these last days. Okay? Because shit is completely out of order and the disrespect has got to stop. You see these videos of women talking about getting their son a vasectomy. Really? Really? You gonna stop his seed from going forth anymore? Or when he gets of age, now he gets to do it and reverse it? That's all of that's stupid. The thing that I heard in her voice was my son. Because you think you own men. These are men's son. The man that you laid with to make this baby, it's his son. But you've drunk on this juice that the serpent thing gave you, man. Okay? You drunk off of that power, man, that he put in your head. But here's the coldest part. Everything that you thought that you wanted when you made the deal back in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, okay, everything that you wanted, you're gonna get the opportunity to come to full fruition. Now, I couldn't find some of the other videos to put in this, particularly one when they say now that men and women are gonna be drafted. And this just came out. It's been coming out the past couple of weeks, and I think this week or last week it was talking about it. It just passed in Congress that women will be drafted along with men. Matter of fact, let me look a little harder to find that. Bear with me.
September, the House of Representatives passed the 2022 National Defense Authorization Act with an amendment that would require women to register for the Selective Service.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is recent. This is all recent. G.I. Jane. All recent, so women will be getting drafted just the same. Okay? And as soon as you said that, some of these hot girls, city girls, summer girls, whatever the hell, they said, oh, I'm about to get pregger, I'm about to get preggo, and all this other stuff so they don't have to go. Hey, man, it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. Okay? Because whether you go abroad and fight or it's coming to you, you're not gonna sit here in America and just chill. Okay? Because the chaos is coming here as well. All right? But everything that you wanted is gonna come to you. And this ain't even the news feed. Let me look at news. 2 weeks ago, unlikely coalition wants women to register for military draft. The debate over registering women for the draft is a waste of time. It shouldn't even be a debate. Since you want to be equal, okay, and in that Fresh and Fit video particularly, you saw how women were talking about, or you can see how women were talking about fighting men and beating men. But we've seen footage of trans men that have become women, destroying women in sports, shattering records, literally in UFC fighting and bashing women's skulls in, breaking their skull in fights. Okay, yeah, these Captain America, what's the other one? Captain Marvel, and what's the other one? Black Widow, and all of these Wonder Womans and all of this got your head blown up, man. This is not a reality of what's going on. Yeah, you may be able to shoot a gun, but once them bullets are gone and your accuracy and all of that's gone out the window, believe me, it's gonna get real rough for you women out there. And I'm not saying that this is to put you Negro, Latino, and Native American, you Israelite women in fear of what's coming down the pipe. And maybe you ought to give the man that you're dealing with some respect. Okay? Give him some respect, because, hey, yeah, you may not have a man of the Lord, but you better respect that man. He'll keep you alive longer than you on your own. But more so, the men of the Lord is who you need to be, for you single women out there. The men of the Lord is who you need to give your utmost respect to. Okay? So let's get into some scriptures. Jeremiah 31:22, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. A woman has gotten higher in society above the men. Okay, this is where it's said. A woman can run her mouth about what she can and can't and will and won't do, and a man just got to deal with it. Well, those days are coming to an end in the very near future. You hear women talking like men. You hear these rapper women even talking greasier than men. Okay? With no reverence for whomever they speak towards. Okay? And this is really the mentality of you people in the earth, man. The women of the earth are starting to pick up that rapper woman mentality, that hot girl summer mentality, that disrespectful mentality. Okay? And really believe that you can do the same things that men can do. All right? Isaiah 3:12, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Now, we're going to keep reading down in some of this. Okay? Verse 16, moreover, the Lord Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Let's look that word up.
Here's the definition of haughty: arrogantly superior and disdainful.
You see? Arrogantly superior and disdainful. That's how the women walk nowadays. Pompous, self-important, superior, egotistical. These are now the words associated with the Israelite woman. Women in general, especially you feminists, but more so, you Israelite women have picked this mentality up. Uppity. Look at these words. The opposite of modest and humble. That's what our women were supposed to be. Okay? Let's go back. Okay? Therefore, the Lord Yahweh will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord Yahweh will discover their secret parts. He's going to know the ins and outs about you, and he's going to smite your head where your hair don't grow. like the other women to cut some of that pride down. But what do you do now? I bought the hair. That's the only thing that humbles you women to a small degree. Is the fact that you don't have the glory of your hair like the other nations, like some of the other tribes. Okay? But that's not enough. Now you buy weaves and wigs and so on and so forth, and you're still proud. Okay? But that's okay. Now, I'm not even going to read all this other stuff that the Lord is going to take away from you. Let's start at 24, though. Him taking it away. And it shall come to pass, instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink; instead of a girdle, rent; instead of well-set hair, baldness; and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth; and burning instead of beauty. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty in war. Okay? And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Okay? This is but few things that's coming. Matter of fact, if I stay in the book of Isaiah, I'm just going to hit a bunch of these just to show you that this is not a game. Isaiah the 13th chapter. Let's go up till about verse 11. I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Talking about you women, we just read the word haughty. Proud was in there. Arrogancy, that was in there. And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. That's everybody, man, that's on that. Okay? That goes for men as well, but this lesson particularly is toward the proud, haughty women that don't know their place in order. Okay, if you don't know, and before I continue reading, I'll go back to Genesis and show you what was given. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16, it says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. New Testament. Oh, that's old. No. New Testament. New Testament. Let's go there. The book of 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, 3rd verse, straight to the point. But I would have you know that the head of every man is the anointed, Yahushai, and the head of the woman is the man, just as it said in Genesis. And the head of Yahushai, the anointed, is Yahweh, the Most High God. Okay, and it goes on saying other things. Okay, let's go to Timothy. I'm gonna just hit a couple of these right quick. Then I'll go back to the troubles, man, that are coming if you're not in order. Let me see. Yep. 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, but that's not what you see. With shamefacedness and sobriety, but not with broidered hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness. This is who this is to. Women professing godliness. If you want to be humble and godly and reverenced amongst the elect, this is how you do it, with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Okay? Let's look up the word subjection.
Here's the definition of subjection. The action of subjecting a country or person to one's control, or the fact of being subjected.
The same with rule, over thee, being under the rule of your husband. Hey, when you understand that that's the consequence of your choices, then you will make better choices. If you choose a bad man, or a man that's not good or whatever, and you're not good to him either, guess what? This is what you get. You got to deal with that man. And if you don't, go ahead and deal with the rest of what's going on out there then. Okay? But you got to understand, in these days that you're treating these men, good or bad, who cares, if the man is good or bad? You treating them all messed up, they're not going to protect you when the day comes, man. Pure point blank. And if you're dealing with a man of the Lord, we ain't putting up with that. If we have the spirit and the blessings of Yahweh Hashem and the protection of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, why would I want to protect a demon that's just giving me hell every which way? Okay? Because a lot of you women are being that to these men. Okay? And have been that. Now's the time to repent, meaning turn back from that and become the better version of yourself. The more feminine version of yourself. The more helping version of yourself. Okay? Let's go back. Come on. It says, let 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, with all control over her. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived within the transgression. Tapping into that, let's go to Sirach. I don't want to go too deep into them types of scriptures, but it has to be said. But we're just going to show you the consequences. Go to the 25th chapter, around the 22nd verse. Matter of fact, before that, yep, 13, yep, Sirach 25 verse 13, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, to be heartbroken, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Okay, that's 16, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, killing animals, reptiles, than to keep house with the wicked woman. So when this all kicks off and you've been wicked to this man, what do you think he's gonna do? Right now, most men are only in order, or under, how do you say it? Not snapping and spazzing out, but men are starting to do it. Spazzing out, killing up everybody, the kids, everybody, man. Okay? Women are only not doing that because they don't want to go to jail and ruin the rest of their life because they dealt with you. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband sitteth among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, will sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon him. Okay? It can, I mean, just keep reading. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Always got rebuttal, back talking, all that other stuff. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Because those are some of the most prideful women, the most pretty women. Okay? Those are majority of the ones that give the men the most grief. Okay? It says a woman, if she maintain her husband, tries to control him, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Let's see what impudence is.
Here's the definition of impudence. The quality of being impudent, impertinence.
Come on.
Here's the definition of impudent. Not showing due respect for another person, impertinent.
There it is. Audacious, brazen, shameless. I didn't want to read that scripture. Disrespectful, insubordinate, okay? So when you're acting that way, what do you think these men are going to do? Or better yet, not do? One of my favorite sayings was in the movie Batman Begins. Is when he said, hey, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. Remember that. And apostles have said, you know, for years now, we don't need the Israelite woman to bring back the Israelite seed into the earth. The Israelite people in the earth. We don't need you for that. Okay? So all that pride and all that you've been built up with, your big mouth and all of that, we don't need that. Okay? We need humility and the ability to cooperate and follow directions. That's why y'all mad at Kevin Samuels. Anyway. All right. Let me see. Yep. 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. All right. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right, and I'm gonna stop that one there. Now let's get back to Isaiah. All right, remember that and be humble about it, man. It's okay. Most good men are not going to make a big deal about it. Especially if you're being, whatever you were before is what you were before, but what you are now is what we're looking at. Okay, verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So if a man is worthless now, and y'all treat him like he's worthless, what do you think when the Lord makes him more precious than fine gold? What do you think is going to be going on in the earth when that happens? Okay, if I read this full chapter, which I'm not, but it shows you the destruction that's coming. How, verse 6, how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as destruction from the Almighty. Therefore all hands shall be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman in travail. So if a man is in pain and in travail like that, what is a woman going to be? They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Okay? You hear that? All right, jumping down to 13 again. No, we want verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. No one's gonna stop them. There's not gonna be anyone to stop you. If the Lord's not dealing with you, women, through a man of the Lord, you're finished. There's no other way around it. Okay? Get the memo. All right? It was funny. I made a video similar to this one, and I'm gonna try to pull a little piece of this guy at the end of it. But remember this, because he brought up some very good points. But moving on, for now, we're gonna go to what was that? We're gonna go to let's go to, all right, Isaiah 32:2. A man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Yeah, especially for you women. All right, and it talks about that. Let's keep going. Of verse 9, which is, you know, rise up, ye women that are at ease, carefree, only good vibes. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled. Ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Humble yourselves, man. Period. Humble yourselves. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Thorns and briars, troubles, man. People gonna be breaking into these houses, and you women think that kicking the man out, you think he ain't gonna come in there and kick the door in? He ain't gonna care if you got a chip or not. Okay? If you got, he could care about if you got groceries. Okay? Whether it's the neighbor or whoever else. All right, from there we're gonna go to Ezekiel. The 9th chapter. Start up about 4. Yeah, these will be men right here. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. Okay? Everybody's going to be getting slayed, man. Except the elect. And some of the elect will get beheaded, but in honor. But the rest of you's going, man. Whether you catching a missile, whether whatever calamities come upon you. All these apocalyptic movies, whether it's Book of Eli, the ones that we always talk about, Book of Eli, The Road, so and all of them, Mad Max. Women are not the strong figures that you believe they're supposed to be in the society today. Where's Captain America and Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman and all that then? Okay? That's not going down that way. The scriptures clearly say that the woman is the weaker vessel. And it tells us to be calm with y'all. Okay? But look how you treat us in general. All right? And this is just me watching from the outside. But I've been through this in my life as well. Okay? You can talk about, oh, men, the GMS is all broken. And then, well, that don't mean we broke ourselves. Okay? But nah, the Lord is healing us. But this is simply a warning to you about what's going on or what's about to go on. Okay? Now I'm going to read this, and I'm only going to read a couple more and I'm going to close out. 2nd Esdras chapter 15, I'm going to start at the top. The prophecies of the destruction that's coming. Okay, and this is not even the destruction of the missiles. This is pre-missile martial law and so on and so forth. Other countries where the missiles won't destroy. Okay, this is still going to be going on in the earth, man. And something he said, Myron or whatever said from Fresh and Fit, he said, you have to worry about it because there's other men that are going to destroy you, going to seek you out and destroy you. Okay? Those bad men, they're going to seek you out and destroy you. Okay? You got to understand that. They're going to see weakness. If you going home with groceries, I tell my woman, hey, you don't go to the store alone, particularly at night. Hell no. Oh, it's okay. Nah, I don't really want that. I'll go. I'll stay out later. I'll go earlier, whatever. And we're not even fully in that time. As we get closer, and it's getting to that point, with these prices skyrocketing, not everybody can get what they went to the store for now. So what you think they're going to eventually do? They're not just going to rob the store because there's going to be security. They're going to hang out in the parking lot and follow you home and snatch you up in the parking lot and so on and so forth. Okay? This is not a game, these things that are coming to the earth. This is serious. Anyway, behold, speaketh thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. This is going to happen. Fear not the imaginations against thee, for the elect. Let not the incredulity of them, the disbelief of them, trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the killing instrument, famine. We know what that is, death and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Let me jump to Micah. Can't do this lesson without Micah. Micah chapter 7, verse 10. Okay. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. Okay, I'm going to look up the word mire.
Definition of mire: a stretch of swampy or boggy ground.
Yep, a situation or state of difficulty, distress, or embarrassment from which it is hard to extricate oneself. How to get out of, caused to be stuck, it's caused to become stuck in mud. Okay, you see it? It's how bad times is going to be. You're going to be like mud in the streets, man. Trampled. Okay? Do the things that's approved of by the Lord that your man approve of. Okay? Come in the righteous spirit of humility and delicacy and the spirit of wanting to help him. You know, whether it's help with the kids, whether it's you know, cooking him food, rubbing his shoulders, his feet after a hard day's work. If he's not working, don't give him a hard time about it. Help him fill out his application or whatever. Comfort him when he can't get a job, or comfort him when he has a hard day. Yeah, you have him too, but this goes hand in hand. Okay? If you find the right man that's doing the right things, the Lord will put the Spirit on him to do the right things. But understand something. The time we're coming into, men aren't going to need women like women are going to need men. When you see the pride and arrogancy in that Fresh and Fit and whatnot video, man, it's ridiculous. And this is not, just on their podcast. This is women all over the world. That doesn't mean every single woman is like that. But this is a major mentality of women in the world today. Okay? Now let's go back. 2nd Esdras 15. Like 8 or so. Yep. Let's get past that. We know the trouble's coming. Let's get to the point of real trouble. Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So there's combat coming. Okay? Whether you get drafted into the war to go fight over there, or you right here at home defending your life and your children's lives and your home and your food and your livelihood and whatever else. For there shall be sedition among men. Let's look that word up, sedition.
Here's the definition of sedition. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch.
All right. And when men do that, there will be more troubles. Another word that's going to come up, insurrection. A violent uprising against an authority or government. Okay? This is what's coming. All right? Let's go back. All right, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, those are in governmental authorities, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That is martial law. You can't go into the next city, can't go into the next neighborhood, can't go to the next state, can't leave the house. It's not essential, so on and so forth. Okay, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. If men are afraid, what are women going to be? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. I'm actually gonna play a clip from a movie that I almost nearly forgot. And the brother, the man mentioned it in the other clip, but I'm gonna play it real quick. Bear with me. All right, I couldn't see they didn't have one, but for you that know the movie, The Purge Anarchy, when the neighbor was trying to flirt with the woman, the Puerto Rican lady or whatever, and she wouldn't give him time of day, what did he do? As soon as the purge came, he came, saved up for the shotgun, kicked the door in, man, and was saying he was about to have his way with her and her daughter. Okay? That's going to be happening. Understand. It's going to be like the purge forever. Like it's going to continue going. Like the other movies I named. Okay? This is just the new way of life. The new normal for you that can understand it. Okay? Let's keep going. Excuse me. I think it's 40 something. Let me see what his other precept is like right here. 47 maybe. 49. 2nd Esdras 15 and 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine. Widowhood is the killing or the death of your spouse. Okay? Widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Okay? All right? Let's go to the 16th chapter. All right? We're seeing some things that could be helped. You know, it would benefit you to be humble in these times. Okay, one of those Fresh and Fit videos I saw, he said cookbook, and the woman was like, "What's that?" She looked at him like, "What's that? I don't do that." That Cardi B is gonna get you women killed, man. You don't cook, you don't clean, but you still got the ring? Yeah, okay, keep that mentality up. Keep that same energy going into this. 2 Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Okay? Is who's going to deliver anybody in those days. Or not. Alright? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, scourges for correction. Okay? But for all these they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Okay? 22, and I'm going to end it right here. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And there's so many other scriptures. Okay? So many other scriptures. All right? That if you're not doing right by the men of the Lord, matter of fact, let me get a couple of those. You know, if you're not doing right by the men of the Lord, they're going to come and get you. All right? Talking about the Lord is going to send demons to come in and kill you, man. And I don't mean spiritual. I mean, he's going to put demons on. It says there'll be spirits created for vengeance, man. They're coming to get you. Let me grab that. Let me start with that one. Sirach 40. Such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. Sevenfold more upon sinners. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. All these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood, the first flood. Let's go into this chapter. Here. 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay? Fire and hail and famine and death, all the things we've been naming, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Okay? All right, so we back at this.
Real. Find you somebody that you semi-like and then duck the f off.
You see that part right there where she says getting real? It is. For women. A man is typically going to need less protection than a woman will, seeing as how we're going into the era where the value of the dollar is dropping and people are losing their jobs. Protection is going to become the highest commodity. I understand what she's saying. The oppressor has put in our way plenty of obstacles that stop us from being with one another because our biological attractions to one another have been thwarted. Women don't necessarily need men because they can get handouts from the government and or they can just work for themselves. Men don't necessarily need women because we've always been able to do all the other shit that women can provide aside from sex. Only problem with this is the table is about to tilt in the men's favor. Women look for provision and protection, but provision ain't gonna matter in a minute. Protection will. Men want women to cook, clean, be submissive, and give them sex, but in the time of calamity, none of that shit's gonna matter. The only thing that matters when chaos erupts is safety. And men ain't looking for female protection. So I hope the end of this video where she said find somebody that you kinda like and duck the fuck off, she was talking to women. Cause you ain't gonna be shit to us but a burden unless we actually love you. When I'm faced with life and death, no amount of vagina thrown at me gonna matter. And you better submit to everything I say, otherwise you gonna get both of us killed. And to just kinda like you ain't good enough for me to put my life on the line. You better be something I'm willing to die for. Sharpen your archery skills and get your shooting and your canines together, ladies, because all that talk about you being strong and independent, well, your chicken's finna come home to roost. This society is about to make you prove it. And for once in our existence, I can honestly say that men are probably gonna be a little bit more happy that you don't need us. Watch how fast this gender war.
Woo-hoo! Okay. You're gonna be a burden to men if you ain't bringing nothing to the table. This man is spitting facts right now. Okay? And when this really shuts down the way the scriptures I've read have said, gets to that point, and what we're watching unfold in the earth, man, what you gonna do? It's gonna be too late to get all the time that you need to build up the trust of a man, knowing that you're gonna be calm, sweet, and good, and all of that. all that's out the window, and loyal and so on, all of that's gone. The time for that is now. You should have been already doing it. Okay? Take heed. For you sisters out there that, you know, that want a man, hey, take heed. There's good things that women can provide right now for men. You know where to find these men. They're on the corner. The good men are on the corners preaching this word. Week in, week out. They're all over the internet putting this word out. Slide in the DMs like y'all know how to do. Okay? And let him know what you about to come to bring him to the table. You know, bring to his table. How you going to help him in these last days. Okay? And hope his situation and what he's willing to do is going to help you out in those times. Because, hey, it's going to come to this at some point. I never did read Isaiah, the 4th chapter. Okay? I'm sure everybody knows that one. I didn't even read that one, and I'm not going to. All right? Moving on.
It's going to be a lot of begging and going back to your ex. The scripture said that. The men you took advantage of and whose children you took away, well, just know the police can't protect everybody. Shit, they quitting in droves now. I wonder how much Punani broke boys going to deserve in that day. Even your fathers are elders right now, so don't think you're going to be able to run the daddy. Remember that movie The Purge? Well, aside from it being fiction, just know most of the women that survived in that movie had a man protecting them. And buying together like a pack of feminists at a woman's march ain't gonna help you then. You're gonna look like a pack of deer to the bad men. I can't speak for every man, but I'm only protecting the women that love me and that I love, so you better look in the comment section to see if men feel the same way. Don't go in there running your fucking mouth neither, because no amount of shaming or insults gonna get us to change our mind. Not to mention there may be some of them aforementioned bad men in there. The day is slowly coming with a question about what do you bring to the table is gonna be irrelevant. Keita's a smart woman, and I'm not saying that she is, but at the end of this video, I didn't see all that brilliance. I saw nothing but fear. We living in a time period where people are dying in concerts. Ask yourself this question: how many men defended any of them? And you women that like to show off your body and toy with men's sexual urges, well, just know them sexual images have been saved in men's minds, face included. So get your money up, because if they fuck around and go to something like cryptocurrency, your shit gonna be worth as much as Monopoly cash. And for those of you that are believers, get on your knees and pray, lady, but just know that your prayers can't be answered until you send it through your husband first, and he send it to Christ, and then he send it to God. That's what it means to be covered. You better quit wasting time trying to find the perfect man to find a good one. Ever seen the book of Eli? Mila Kunis would have been done for her had she not run into Denzel. I'm not trying to scare you, but my birth name ain't Moses for no reason. And just remember the Israelites that didn't listen to him got consumed by them plagues in Egypt. Most High been upstairs looking down at his black sons get ripped to shreds in every way for circa 400 years now. Meanwhile, Christ, Michael, the archangel of war and defense, and a legion of angels are suiting up in their heavenly armor to come down here and lay waste to this earth. Scripture said when Christ crack open that sky, he gonna come down here and slaughter 2/3 of Israelites and the heathen, and then he gonna ascend back up to the sky and his entire garment gonna be soaked in blood. Ladies, you better be a part of that third.
With that, Shalom.